Welcome back to The Realm, your resident happy place, and here we like to talk about Nintendo and Nintendo-related content. Before we do begin, there is a subscribe button somewhere down below if you haven't found it already, and you do find this content to be entertaining for you. I hope it is. Then definitely consider subscribing if you'd like to. Otherwise, let's get on with the content. I'm not going to bore you or waste your time. We're talking about Toshihiro Nagoshi, and I really hope I said that correctly. And the comments that he made earlier this week at Sega's 60th birthday celebration. I know it's crazy to think that Sega is 60 years old, but they are, and that's awesome. Now, Toshihiro Nagoshi said something to the effect of, and I'm not going to give you the exact quote. If you want it, it's literally going to be above me right now, so you can read it. You can pause the video. That's cool. But basically what he said is that the Nintendo system was geared towards teens and kids, and a lot of people were kind of annoyed with this, and here's the reason that I can understand why. Is he was talking about a different time period, basically back when the GameCube was something that Sega was developing for, which is crazy to think about that now. The GameCube is such an old system, but still an epic one if you have played a couple of those games, or even if you've got one of those. People were really offended because they thought, well, because essentially what they're claiming is that he was translated incorrectly, and he was really talking about that time period, which I can understand. And look, here's the thing that I really want to basically stress about this whole scenario, and I don't want to waste your time. I think that he was correct in saying that basically Nintendo is very geared, or at least back then they were very geared towards teenagers and children, and seriously, basically young adults is where their market was at back then. I definitely think that they've come a long way since then, especially in the GameCube, Wii U era. They've moved through. Now we're at the Switch section, and look, we have games like Doom and Wolfenstein that are on the Switch, along with, look, Mario, by the way, is one of those games that is definitely, I would say, it's an all ages kind of game, but if you're going to give it to a child, you're not going to worry as much as if you're going to give them Doom Eternal, which did just come out, by the way, for the Switch. So that's basically where I'm at with that, where I think that people, while they have the right to be offended by the idea, or upset, let's say that's what they were, right? Upset by the idea that Toshihiro Nagoshi was misquoted, or it was incorrectly translated, that he was basically saying that Nintendo consoles are geared just for children and teens. I think it makes sense to a point to understand that back then they were more for children and teens. I mean, the Nintendo 64, aside from games like GoldenEye, I think, and Doom 64, by the way, which was also on there, which is awesome, you kind of have more of a connotation for Nintendo to be more of a child-friendly system. You're not going to basically be searching out for the PlayStation for kids or for the Xbox, because you can tell it's really geared towards more adult gamers. While they do have games that are, great for children, I think all of the consoles, by the way, have games that are awesome for children. Every single one of them, so all three of them, because there's so many of them that are out right now that everyone's trying to get to. That's, what it is. But if you really think about it, if you're going to look at, say, PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo, the Switch, you're not going to basically go to the Switch thinking, hey, this is an adult console straight out the bat, because Nintendo does have that idea, that brand marketing, that it is more of a child system. And don't get me wrong, by the way, I just want to reiterate this for everyone who's going to hate on me. I'm not saying that Nintendo is a system just for children. I definitely can see that it is a system that's for all ages. I really truly believe that. And Nintendo has a lot of love, especially for people that grew up with a Nintendo console and basically have had one their entire life. So it is one of those scenarios. I just think that in terms of this, Toshihiro Nagoshi, and again, I really hope that I'm not saying that incorrectly, Toshihiro Nagoshi has been what he has said at the time made a lot of sense, especially in the GameCube era. Moving into the Wii era, I feel like there was a lot less adult-styled games, whereas if you went to the PlayStation or even the Xbox back then, they were more geared towards adults. And I'm not saying, by the way, that the GameCube or the Wii didn't have any games that are geared towards adults. I know that the Wii had Resident Evil 4, I'm pretty sure that's the one that was on there, so it definitely has some adult games. But if you're going to look for a system, and this is the one thing that I want to reiterate, then you were going to basically look for the PlayStation or the Xbox at the time. You were not going to go to the Wii or the Wii U or even the GameCube at the time. Let's be really honest, for adults, that was what it was. And this is the end of the video. If you do enjoy this, if you like the video, please make sure to click the subscribe button. Enjoy hitting that like button. That'd be awesome for me as well. Leave a comment down below as well. Let me know how you feel about this whole scenario. Are you one of the people that were upset set by Toshihiro Nagoshi. And I know I've said that so many times and I don't know if I'm even saying it correct, but let me know what you think. Comment section down below. That is all. Have a great day. I will see you in the next one. Bye.